Today, I'd like to use this opportunity to remember Maria McShane, who passed away last month. Last year, I had the honour of meeting Maria in her home in County Armagh. Although she was in her sickbed at the time, she was in good spirits, and it was easy to see why Maria had earned the love of all those who knew her. The best way to describe Maria McShane was that she was a typical rural Irish mammy. She was witty, endearing and committed to her family. But hers was not to be the life of a typical Irish mammy, because by an accident of birth, she happened to live in County Armagh rather than County Monaghan or Louth, for example. Despite, though, growing up and living in the northern state, a state that denied her basic rights as a citizen, Maria stayed away from politics. She just got on with her life. She worked hard. She found love when she met Matt McShane. They got married and they planned for a normal, quiet, happy life. However, on the 16th of August 1976, Maria was in the Step-In pub in Cady, County Armagh, when a bomb exploded. Ostensibly, the bomb was planted by the UVF, but we now know it was part of the campaign of terror waged by the Glenanne gang, a group infiltrated and controlled by members of British state forces. 2 people were killed in that explosion. Up to 20 others were injured. Maria McShane was one of them. She lost an eye in the bombing. But her greatest concern at that time was for her unborn child. Miraculously, that child survived, and Gavin McShane became his mother's pride and joy. Gavin grew into his teenage years, and by all accounts, he was just a lovely young fella. He was good crack, he was mad into his hurling, and simply enjoyed life. In the cruelest imaginable twist of fate, Gavin was killed by the same forces that had attempted to kill his mother while he was still in her womb. On the 18th of May 1984, Gavin McShane was with his friend Shane McArdle in a taxi depot in Armagh playing a computer game when an unmasked gunman, a suspected British state agent, entered the depot, opened fire and killed both boys. The lives of their loved ones changed forever. For Maria, alongside dealing with the unbearable lifelong grief that comes to every parent who has lost a child in such circumstances, it also marked the beginning of a decades-long campaign that continued up until the moment she exhaled her last breath. Like so many other families that were victims of British collusion in Ireland, the McShanes encountered blockages and barriers every step of the road, and those blockages and barriers are still in place. Just as Maria's ability to simply grieve her son was hindered by her need to campaign for truth and justice, so too have her children been unable to simply grieve for their mother in the weeks after her death. Last week, Maria's son Cian was in Hillsborough to protest at the arrival of British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Yesterday, her daughter Alana was in London on a Relatives for Justice delegation to Downing Street to protest at the British government's despicable attempts to make official what has always been their unofficial policy, that their forces and agents should be permitted to murder Irish citizens with impunity. Maria, sadly, is no longer with us, but her persistent determination in the pursuit of truth and justice has clearly been passed on to another generation. The Taoiseach last July agreed that he would meet with the family of Gavin McShane to discuss how the Irish government can assist their campaign. That meeting, unfortunately, has yet to occur, and I would like to appeal to the Minister of State here today that he encourage the Taoiseach's office to facilitate that meeting as a matter of urgency. Caherlock, I want to use this opportunity to convey my sincere sympathies to Maria's husband Matt, to Cian and to Alana and their families on the loss of a great Irish mammy. Yes, Jay, Gorau, Ahanam, Yilish.